Is November 16th, I believe, 2024. November 16th, 2024. It's Saturday. And I don't know how long I'm going to leave this video up, or even if it's worth making this video. But there has been a recent, ongoing, absolute time-wasting, time-consuming, time pooing ridiculousness with a particular channel on the YouTube. And that particular channel is Off-Grid Desert Farming with Paul and Adrienne. So Paul, people should know, is an individual who has been completely aware, completely and totally made aware of a pedo, a proven pedo, and a proven heinous level, a child abuser. He is 100% aware of this, and he has purposely, for years, done absolutely nothing to help. Absolutely nothing. For years, as this pedo has been pedoing one or more child. For years. For years. Paul has done, probably at this point, well over a dozen fundraisers for all kinds of adults, large families of adults, and different things like that, while being fully aware that there's this child abuse going on, and he has done absolutely nothing to help. Absolutely nothing. What is that saying? All it takes for evil to prevail is for men to do nothing. That is absolutely true. So this is who Paul is. This is what Paul has done. This is what Paul continues to do. And I believe this is what Paul will do forever, forever and ever. And all of this that I'm saying can be proven. I have the proof. I have the proof. No, I cannot share the proof on the YouTube. I cannot just blast the proof out over emails and things like that for obvious reasons, because pedoing children is a serious thing, although it is completely allowed in today's world in the USA, apparently. But it is a serious thing, and files and proof are quite large. And one never knows who another party is to just be blasting these things out all over the internet. That's dangerous. Dangerous for many reasons. But recently, Paul has been on this literal non-stop, absolutely obsessive, compulsive, obsessive, little man syndrome, from what I can see, little boy that cried wolf syndrome, absolutely obsessive, the most extreme example of Trump derangement syndrome I have ever seen or heard of, ever. Although I'm sure there's others that are lunatics to equal or greater degree. But the latest from Paul, from Off-Grid Desert Farming, from Paul and Adrienne, is that Trump is the devil. Trump is the devil. Trump is the Antichrist, the devil, And he makes video after video after video, endless, endless videos about this topic. And it's bizarre. It's bizarre. It's as if Paul is possessed or something. It's really, really bizarre. Um, Now, I'm not claiming that any politician is an angel. I'm certainly not claiming that. I'm not claiming that the flaws of the politicians that were available are not glaring. I'm not claiming that any politician is a savior or an angel or wonderful or perfect or ideal or deserving or even good. I'm not claiming that. There's absolutely no way I'm claiming that. Um, the choices were Hyena Harris, and after nearly 4 years of Hyena Harris in the position Hyena Harris was in, and what all transpired during those 4 years. If anybody is lost regarding what all transpired, they could probably check out the Jamie Walden videos if they don't understand what has transpired versus Trump-a-rump. What was a better choice? What was the better choice? Um, was there a good choice? Probably not. Probably not. The bottom line is that Trump-a-rump, it would be a miracle if Trump-a-rump does not get put to sleep by lunatics, extremists, uh, people with positions of power. It would, that he doesn't get JFK'd. It would be a miracle. And I'm not even talking about anything indicating that he's great or wonderful or an angel. I'm not even talking about that. It doesn't, in regards to this, it doesn't even matter if he is good or bad. There, so many want to put him to nighty night permanently. I am not one of those people. I don't want to put any politician to nighty night. I have other things to do. I have other things to focus on than any politician. Truly. There are likely such things coming down the pike, such serious things. And while Paul, who has known about a pedo and a severe child abuser, has done absolutely nothing to help, has completely ignored that reality. So, for all it takes for evil to prevail is for men to do nothing, for people to do nothing. The evil has prevailed. Is taking up endless hours of viewers' time on this obsession. And what have his viewers done? What have his viewers done to set themselves up? Truly, what have they done? What actions have they taken? A bunch of them ran out and got the jibby jabby jooby in the arm. A bunch of them did that. A bunch of them, probably the majority, will get the next jibby jabby jooby that comes out, the experimental jooby joo. Um, a lot of them are paying rent, mortgages, probably rent and mortgages they cannot afford, probably living above their means. probably living in locations that would not begin to be, I mean, nothing is going to be safe if things really happen, but probably the least safe options possible is probably where the majority of them are residing. And what have they done? What have they done? And they are all googly eyed like groupies, many of them, those that are going to stick with it through all of this ranting and raving about Trump being the Antichrist. Endless hours they sit on their patooties, their bumpkins, their tushies, spending their time listening to, you may as well create a recording and loop it, saying Trump is the Antichrist, Trump is the Antichrist, Trump is the Antichrist, and using as proof artwork and items other people have made about Trump, like if that proves anything, and all of this nonsense. And honestly, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I don't believe it is so. I really don't. I do not believe it. But who knows? And circle right back to, what have they done to change their situation other than being a groupie? What have they done? Other than being ignorant as to who they're listening to, other than being clueless, other than being just basically brainwashed, getting brainwashed, wanting to be brainwashed groupies. What have they done? Probably absolutely nothing, the majority of them. And if terrible things are coming down the pike at any point in time soon, how much time is there really to prepare? How much time is there really to prepare? How many endless hours do these groupies have to sit on their patooties or bumpkins and listen to something that may as well be on a recorded loop over and over and over and over and over and over and over, forever over? How many endless hours do these people have? Where is the benefit to these people? These people, where the majority of them, I would imagine, got the jippity jappity tube in the arm. Probably more than once. How many more months, weeks, months, years, if something is going to really come down the pike? Can anyone afford to listen to these loops over and 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 over, sputtered out by a man who is known full well about a pedo, and child abuser, and has purposely done nothing for years. But he has found his mission in life, his ultimate mission in life. The most important thing in the world is Trump. That's the most important thing in the world, is Trump. And what can be truncated down to a single short sentence that if people really, really think this is important, they can just speak into a recorder. They can just like buy themselves a little cheap tape recorder off Amazon or something, and they can just speak into it, Trump is the Antichrist, and put it on a loop. And then they could be free to actually do something to prepare. If there's any kind of likelihood that bad things are coming down the pike, it would probably be advisable to watch some of the Jamie Walden videos that do indeed seem to cover some of the things and some of the reasons why those things could indeed be coming down the pike soon. Of course, who knows a timeline, right? Who knows a timeline? It could be a zillion, billion, gazillion years from now. Who knows? And if it is that far away, then absolutely people can sit on their bumpkins and, spend endless hours listening to this nonsense while the real world goes by and while the real news goes by and real potential dangers keep blooming and developing and growing and growing and growing and growing. And endless hours can nonetheless be spent listening to the repeat loop. The repeat loop, even a broken clock is right twice per 24-hour time period. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. In this particular situation, though, with this particular individual, I'm beginning to think that there's a certain broken clock that is not correct twice per day. But definitely, if you proclaim every possible catastrophe at hyperspeed every single day, one would think that some of these catastrophes would actually come true. However, all of that has stopped. It has stopped in its tracks because now all Paul from Off-Grid Desert Farming, from Paul and Adrienne, can talk about is Trump. That's it. There is nothing else, just Trump. While the majority, if not all, of his viewers could actually probably benefit from knowing what's really going on and could probably benefit from doing certain things to prepare and to situate themselves in a more beneficial scenario for themselves in the event that something does occur. I don't think the majority of the viewers are being victimized to such a point that they can't have better responses and better use of their time. Better use of their time. Be wise with your time. Spend your time wisely. And whether Trump-a-rump is or isn't, I really don't think Trump-a-rump is, I really don't, but whether or not he is or isn't, there's better use of one's time. And if anyone is following any human being like they're the second coming, that person that's following has such problems with their cognitive capacity, with their spiritual wisdom, with so many things. That person is SOL in the event that other human being that they're bowing down to is capable of doing bad or imperfection or making mistakes or maybe being a really terrible person. If anyone is bowing down to another human being to that extent, they've got bigger problems and they don't need to be spending their time, in my opinion, listening to an endless loop of repetitive, nonsensical, illogical ridiculousness. They need to spend their time in therapy or something. I don't have the answer. I don't, because they're too messed up. They're too messed up. There's no human being that should be followed like that, or held up on a pedestal like that. And yes, there's going to be people messed up enough to do that. They're beyond hope. They're beyond hope. They need to fix themselves. For individuals, though, that are not beyond hope, spend your time wisely. Spend your time wisely. And sitting on your bumpkin, listening to this endless repeat, I posit, is definitely not spending your time wisely. Thank you. Over and out.